that all these children whose story will be told in the different episodes, if they could, like at the end, come together, you know, and join forces in a way, possibly for a future, for a common future, you see. So that would make it, the project, particularly, obviously, interesting. So it would make a very magical encounter. Yes, please. Right there. Thank you.
Nira News Taiwan, I have a question for Mr. Zhang Wu. And do you plan to cast any star in your film? And when will you start shooting this film? Thank you.
You mean the actor? It's going to be the real actors. I'm going to use a real person to play the story. It's going to be based on a true story. I'm going to use a real person to play the role. And I'm not going to use any real actors.
Yes, sir. In the back there, please. Thank you.
Thanks again. One more. I have another question concerning the directors, because you're all well known for feature films. How easy or how complicated is it to be reduced to like 10 or 15 minutes? And is it hard to focus on that subject and be on the point? Thanks.
It's still better than to do commercial for 30 seconds.
And there are going to be no agency and script writer, sit behind me. So I think, guys, we have a totally creative freedom.
To go back a little bit, I'm going to the producers and then to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, directors. Going back to what Mr. CHAREF was saying, indeed, there is something common about children all over the world, and is this something that maybe you will be thinking about when you, work together, the different directors, thinking of bringing this element, which is a common element to all children in the world, and all of you producers, is it something that you can think about? Chiara, you're looking at me like this is not asking a strange question.
No, it's just, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Could you?
You didn't hear me?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't understand the question, I'm sorry.
What I was saying is that what Mr. CHAREF was saying is that it would be so beautiful if we could link all these stories together, because that would bring, of course, the magic of childhood all over the world together. And it is true that, being a child, wherever you are, whatever culture you're from, there is something common to being a child, And if this is something that is kept in mind in the work, it would bring this very magical quality that Mr. CHAREF was talking about. Is it something that you've been thinking about?
Yeah, well, yeah, Stefano.
I can say that by reading, so we know obviously all the stories, and the stories have one more beauty than the other, and so it's a common thing that about the problems of children, but the stories are very beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, 1 second, but Mr. Kusturica, as everybody knows, he has a filming competition, and unfortunately he has to leave. And so I would like to thank Mr. Kusturica for being here, and this. Yeah, and the link between all the stories obviously is in the title, All the Invisible Children. So each story is about an invisible child. No matter if it's coming from a rich or a poor family, invisible children are in rich family for their loneliness, and in the poor family for other reasons. So it is a film, when we're saying all the invisible children, there is already a link between all the stories. And as Stefano was saying, definitely by reading all the story, all the directors obviously understood very well that they were talking about invisible children. So the answer is yes, it's already linked together. So they have a common point. And that's why when you read one story after another, it looks like one feature film for this reason. The main title is All the Invisible Children. The subtitle, it's not subtitle, the second title, let's say, is the name of each child, of the leading child of their story. So we have Villa, Joao, Jonathan, Ciro, and from different countries and from different realities, but still with problems.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question. Are there any more questions, ladies and gentlemen?
I think that we can thank all of you for coming.
Thank you, Maria Beth. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much for having been here with us today. And we hope to
one last thing, now we will cheers. There is some contest, and we would like to thank the Film Commission of Turin for doing this. Thank you.
Ciao.